Hello everybody, it is I, Archangel. Today we're just gonna quickly speed through this video, sped up everything, so I have to like really speed through this. So anyways, we have 1600 megahertz of DDR3 RAM, we have i5 2400, we have an Intel motherboard that the 24 pin power header or whatever is on the top of the motherboard, as you can see, instead of to the side where it normally would be. So I can't remember exactly what it is. It can still work like a normal motherboard. This one is just a little funkier. It's an ITX board. I got it real cheap. It was like 50 bucks. I needed it cheap. Uh, it's a brand new Silverstone case fan. I took apart my backup build computer for this whole thing because it wasn't really being used, or I used part of it. I took the CPU out of it, and I took my SSD out of it, the 500 gig SSD from Silicon Power, or 512 gigabyte SSD. It put Windows 10 on this. I had a extra cooler that I believe was from the the Dusty PC build, and then the case fan from the Dusty PC build that I put in the front because I didn't want anything flashy, and the cables weren't exactly pretty because it's, red, yellow, black. So this is just me assembling the whole computer or whatever, and there will be no gameplay footage of this one. This video is a little rushed, and it is a little short one, I guess. Try not to sneeze. Anyways, oh yeah, and the power supply is a Corsair CX 430 watt, and that's more than enough to power the whole system. And there is no graphic card because you do not need a graphic card for a Minecraft server. So the motherboard has an HDMI output, and I have a HDMI to VGA adapter to plug this into my secondary monitor, and I'm just going to stick it behind both my monitors and underneath my router, and make sure the power supply, when it is done, it'll be able to exhaust without being covered up by the Wi-Fi router, because the power supply, the fan is oriented upwards at the top of the case, so it shoots air, at the top. The CPU fan shoots air straight at the bottom of the power supply, and you don't want them shooting air towards each other, like resisting against each other. I guess you could do that, and it can shoot air out the back of the power supply, but it had holes on the top, so I let the power supply do its thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I did struggle a lot with the cables. If you ever go for an ITX build or something like this, you definitely want to get a modular power supply. I really worked around this. If I had a graphic card, it would not be able to fit. I would have to do a lot more time on the cables, or I would just buy a new power supply. But I wanted to go as cheap as I could on this build, within reason. And this whole computer stores all my personal files, not all of my personal files, but like a bunch of personal photos, because I didn't want to pay for like Google Photos or iCloud or anything like that. So I ended up doing something small like this, because, why the heck not? And yes, this is editing, David, in case you couldn't tell. But, but this is a Minecraft server, and I allocated 3 gigs for the server, but I could have done 4. And that's the part where I'm showing, like, I have Task Manager up, I have Java thing up, and I have, all that. And then I show Minecraft, and I talk a little bit about, let me know what I did good, let me know what I did bad, all that stuff. Hope you guys have a great day, and see you next time.